Boris Johnson will reject any attempt to extend the Brexit transition because the UK will recover better from the coronavirus crisis outside the EU, Number 10 said. Businesses need the certainty of knowing the December 31 deadline remains in place, according to Downing Street. It said the country also needs the legislative and economic flexibility of being fully outside the bloc to help the economy recover from the impact of the pandemic. IMF chief Kristalina Georgieva called for the transition period to be extended to allow for the unprecedented uncertainty caused by the impact of coronavirus. But the Prime Minister's spokesman insisted there will be no delay. He said, "We will not ask to extend the transition. And, if the EU asks, we will say no." Extending the transition would simply prolong the negotiations, prolong business uncertainty, and delay the moment. It would also keep us bound by EU legislation at a point when we need legislative and economic flexibility to manage the UK response to the coronavirus pandemic. The next full round of negotiations on future relations between the UK and EU will begin next Wednesday and last for a week. Progress in the talks will be reviewed in June to see if it is likely a new deal can be reached or whether the UK will leave on world trading rules. Ms. Georgieva, IMF managing director, said that the pandemic was causing global turmoil, adding, "Let's not make it any tougher." She told the BBC, "My advice would be to seek ways in which this element of uncertainty is reduced in the interests of everybody, the UK, the EU, and the whole world." But Ms. Georgieva praised the government and Bank of England for its economic response to the crisis. That very strong package of measures is helping the UK, but given the UK's sizable role in the world economy,